Can you all hear me?
Yes, very well, loud and clear.
Good. Can you type in the chat box that you can hear Shippe if you hear me? Great. Okay. No further delays. Uh, Thank you, Mark, for organizing such events. This is very good, actually, working from home. I'm someone who started working from home at the very first of this pandemic in the month of April. And I also would like to share my screen with you. Hold on, just a minute. Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, crystal clear.
Great. 1 minute. Great. Working from home, stay focused and stay occupied. This will be the topic which I'm going to take you through. And let me start with a little story of me. When I had to work, when I had to start my work from home, it was a very tough time that someone could have. And because I have planned to get married in the month of April, and I had no other choice of like taking a speedboat from Kafu Atoll to Atu Atoll, whereby like one side of the Maldives to other side of the Maldives. Anyway, I started my journey journey to journey to Atu Atoll. And there's two very best tips that I got from my bosses. Mr. Shihab, the cluster director of human resources in Anantara Maldives, he just tapped on my shoulder and said, Shippe, you will do amazingly well wherever you work. Either it's work from home, either it's from wherever you work. And my area director of finance was very inspiring to me. And he said to me, I will make sure that I will be answering all your calls wherever I am and wherever he is. So it was really motivating for me to start my work even before I like step into the boat. So anyway, I stepped into the boat, went to home, and it was very unfortunate that my GM half he stayed in the Maldives and half he stayed in Dubai. My director of finance was in Sri Lanka, and my director of FMB was in London, and financial controller was in India. Director of engineering was in Sri Lanka. And, it spread around the world, and I started thinking of myself, what should I do best to make sure that I get connected to my team, just to give them add value? Because in the history of this tourism industry, we have never thought that we would be managing our team from home. And to me, I was surprised as well. I have no choice; I have to go through. And as the I've gone through some tough times and some good times as well. And uh, you know to get in touch with them with the network, with WhatsApp, with phone calls, it was tough. Time is important, because their time and my time is totally different. 1 hour or 4 hours later was and yeah, and also I have to ask them for cloud approval for payroll and stuff, which was very tough. But that gives me a lesson, and that drives me into the tip of my mind and my heart, just that I can do it. And and even it tells to my team that yes, they have managed well, and they are still connected wherever they are in the world. Moral of my little story, which I shared with you, is what I learned: if you're focused, and if you're being if you're focused, you can achieve anything that you would want to achieve. And the new normal is not the new normal, it's just the mindset of the people, and the habit and the new activities we get through with the people. And throughout my journey, I have learned a lot, actually. And that's what I'm going to share with you: how I have managed the team, and how I have manage my team in HR, and also in my management team. My first tip: have a morning routine. I'm someone, like who keep on waking up early in the morning at 5:30. I used to go for run and activities. I even at home, I decided to do the same because why I decided to do the same is because if I change my habit, I lose my focus. So to have the same focus, I started waking up early, even if I did not had anything. I wake up, dress up nicely, go to where I work, and sit in front of the computer, read the emails, go through, send by message, WhatsApp message, stay in touch. I was connected with my team, and it did not change. And it was funny that my director of FMB sent me a message at 5:30 in the morning my time and said, "You're still awake?" And I said, "Yes, I'm still awake on my normal time." And that inspires me as well because having a morning routing is the best way that you can always start. And that's what I have believed in last 10 years of my industry experience, which I have gone through. And and the second tip which I can share with you all is have a free dedicated space. Now from the video you can see it's Professor Robert who's giving interview to CNN. His kids came in and his wife pops up and quickly grabbed their kids. So having a free dedicated space at work is very important. When I started my work from home, I did not have any space at home because my house is not in the way that they have offices. So I created a little chair and a table with the help of my wife. And it was funny as well because she told me this chair will hurt your back and low back. I said, I don't have any choice. We should find a good chair. So I bought a little table and chair and I said, took a picture and sent to my managers and said, this is my office, my new office. And my GM replied to me and said he was in Dubai and said, I hope that office is productive and I'm pretty sure that you will do an amazing job. Again, that motivated, a leader lifted me up. So, little things which motivated me. And also, I kept a little notebook space, phone space, laptop space, and also my even the coffee mug space. I kept it because I did not want to lose again my focus into something else. So I had all these little things which I practiced and inspired me because again, this is something that I did not expect working from home, and it's something that I was not expecting to manage the team remotely. So I had all these things to myself whereby I practice. And the next one is schedule your break time. I am someone who used to have coffee breaks. In my coffee breaks, I used to engage with the team, motivate the team, and that's what I do. And probably most of them who have worked with me, they would even miss me at 10:30 coffee time, and they will even call me and say, let's grab a coffee." And even at home, I did not change this habit. I go exactly at 10:30, 10:35. Sometimes I take my wife or a friend for a coffee outside my house and have this chit chat. And this actually helps me to raise my energy and uplifts my energy. And I could manage my stress level quite well because I would say the time was tough. I was not able to, like get in touch with some of my team as well. And having that break actually leaves me out of the work, leaves me out of my table, leaves me out of my schedule. So then I was able to manage it well. And the next thing which I did was like I had a to-do list. So have a list, use the list, and love the list, and build the list because you are the owner of your list. If you are the owner of your list, you should be managing it well in order to make sure that like you take care of your calendar well. What I did was actually I had, of course, we have a lot of people around the world, so we have to conduct meetings, calls. If even if I did not have any call, what I do is I try to find something which allows me to like spare my time in a good way. Either it's learning webinars, training opportunities, or anything that focus myself. Because for me to have a great mindset, with different set of minds and with different set of thoughts. I used to have to use my time well in order to stay up focused because my workplace has completely changed, and I never thought I have to manage a team from home. And that was completely different because I was managing it right in front of my bedside table and with my coffee mug, not even seeing them, right? So having a calendar allows me to focus myself, and even the learning curve of myself evolved because the I used to put the tick every day, and one day I think it was the fifth day that I was working from home, and my wife told me, you did not tick one thing which was mentioned at 9:30, because in my to-do list I used to have the timings as well. And I said I actually finished it, but I forgot to put a tick. That's how much I was focused, and that's how much I carried myself to follow the calendar, which was very, very important to me as well. And I'm sure, like, if you started these little habits, you will also gain it. The next thing, take care of your mental health. This is the utmost important thing for me, because why I took this specific phrase is because, in the month of March, we had the difficulty. We had to close the hotels. We have to send the team members out of the hotel, and we have to give them the assurance that we will, once we open, we will bring them back. We have to have this positive mindset to us, and also we have to share the positive mindset with the team members. So we started in the month of March, and also in month of April, May, June, July, we still had the same positive mindset. Why? Because I set this statement, take care of the mental health, as if I'm in a race to win. Because I told my team as well, have the targets and reach your targets. You know, like I said, I used to put a tick on each of my tasks. I target to read daily news. I target to read some training programs. I target to stay in touch with my family. I target to stay in touch with the team members who used to call me, and also those managers with very, very odd time. But you know, and this enables me to open my mindset in a very big area, so then I could have the positive mindset towards of what I want to achieve with my team. And also that gives me extra energy, and I stayed very positive throughout, because even when I was talking to some of the team members, I could see the feeling of them. But when I had the positive mindset, I knew exactly what they need from me, and I could share my thoughts, my feelings with them, and I could win their heart easily with the amount of connection which I had with the team members, even when I was at home, even when they are around the world in a different place in their own locations. So that's how really the staying positive, that that helps me to deliver and drives me. And the next thing which I would like to share is the have the open communication line. That's also very, very important, because if you're not connected, you feel yourself disconnected from the world. You feel yourself is disconnected from the team members. So what I did is I tried my best to keep myself connected with my superiors, with those managers as well. If I have a given task, or if I have a task for them to complete, I did not rather send email and wait for them to reply. So what I did was I took the phone, I called them, I said, hey, look, I have this, I have that, I have this. I mean, I repeat the same thing which was mentioned on the email. So that's actually helps them and myself to connect with them well. So we had the WhatsApp group, we had all these groups, and we had all these knowledge sharing things that we started to deal with during the pandemic time. So I started with all these communications, and it did not bring me down, but it lifts me up. Why? Because I am still connected to them, and they are connected to me wherever they are. And like I like this phrase where resort manager mentioned to me, and he said he was very proud to say this as well. I said, "You are in one side of the Maldives, and we are in one side of the Maldives. Still, we are connected. Still, we share the same job. Still, we share the same thought. Still, we share the same value." So that's how much communication was important. And I'm very proud to say that we did not even miss a single meeting during from the month of March till today. That's how much the communication is important. And we're towards going to be festive, but still some of our managers, some of our team, they're managing their home, I mean their team from home. But still the communication line is there. It's crystal clear that communication is the best of whatever we do, whatever someone else do in their time. And balance your time equally. So it was very tough for me, to be honest, because I am not someone who used to work from home, to be very honest with all of you. So to balance my time with personal life, and with the work, and also with family. So what I did was, right after my work, I used to go take my bike, go to my mom's house, my sister's house, my brother's house. I kept them as much as connected I can, and also it was really funny and good as well. But few days that I did not, like I had some unfinished work, but still I did not feel it. Why? Because I was with my loved ones. They are next to me, and that's also part of my business, part of my life. So I did not miss any. I did not, feel that I was not productive, but I felt really productive. And the two things which I followed was social distancing and sanitizing. Uh, even my mom told me when I visited to her home, I stayed 3 feet from her, and she said, "Why are you so far?" I said, I'm trying to practice social distancing because I know when I go back to the resort, when I go back to my real work, I have to follow the same. So I tried my level best to learn while I was at home as well. So it was quite funny and quite uncertain as well for all of us, that from the resort industry, that we have to stay connected, but still we are not from the little island that we all are in for like past days, past months. But still we all are connected, and we all are stay together. So I had this time for my family. I had my work time, and it was really interesting to me as well. For the first time, I could. First 5 days was difficult. It says that if you follow something for 21 days, it will be easier for to manage it, right? So I practiced for at least 20 days, and 20 days was hard. But trust me, today it's easier for me because I work exactly at 8 hours, and 8 hours for my family, 8 hours for my recreation, and I could slowly change. And I'm pretty sure when I start my work in the resort, I will be able to manage it as well. And now my target is to manage with 8 hours. Sometimes you have to challenge yourself. And the next one, review your day. This is utmost important thing that I did, and I would recommend all of you, even though you work from home, even though you work anywhere in the world, have this 20 to 30 minutes, like before you sleep. Because when you revisit your day, when you review your day, you know exactly what you did throughout your day. And when you know what you did throughout your day, your next day is productive, your tomorrow is productive, and your next week is productive, and you know exactly what you have to do, and what's on your topic, what's on your this to-do list. So that drives me really very well throughout my time at my uh, work from home, which I practiced for the first time again. I love to mention for the first time because I'm very proud to say that some of the good habits that I have learned throughout my working from home was amazing, which will for sure, which I can adapt myself when I go back to the resort as well. And that reviewing your day helps you to prioritize your task, very, which was very, will be very important for anyone who like prioritize that time and be want to be productive. And I just step my like shoulder always and say just stay was productive. And the happiness when you feel when your to-do list is ticked, that's amazing. You should try it, and I recommend all of you to because most of the places they have started work from home. And even like if we look at the hospitality industry in the Maldives, we can really see the sales team. If we take sales team for example, most of the sales managers, sales directors, they are like where they are at the moment. They are in different locations, and most of the management has decided, like they will let their sales team work where they are at the moment. Because if we take example, our capital city is closed and they cannot travel anywhere in the world. They still can be in touch with good communication with the amount of work which they do, and it does not stop. Their work does not stop where they are from, but when they are connected and when they are there, when they review your day, that would be the utmost important for the management as well, for the team as well. If they are away, and if they if they work from home. And the one thing which I learned also was when I started reviewing my day with this new practice. The one thing which was not even like if that was not even in my checkbox or my to-do list, I try to move that for the next day. So exactly I know what I should start on the next day. That practice really helps me and stay in touch with the team well. So these are the little practice which I have gone through. And staying keep the team engaged is, I mean, it's not tough, but the new practices and the new normal, of course, it's different. And the new normal, again, it's not the new environment that we all will have when we go back to our real work, but it's again the new mindset, it's a new habit, and it's a new activities that we do and we follow up to engage our teams well and to keep them motivated. It's really important to have the engagement throughout the team with the different lines. So communication is the to wherever you are, do your setup in such a way that you meet your team, check your team, you focus to your team, and you have time to communicate your team. And that's really, really important because communication, if you look at communication is the base of everything. And if you communicate well, your team will have the, like the sense of belonging. It creates a sense of belonging. It's important as well because to make sure that your team is part of the business, to make sure that they feel important, and also making them counted in the work like you did last year today is important. Because when you are connected with your team, when you want to have an engaging team, you should give the feeling to your team that they are part of the team, they are belong to your team, which will create again like an engagement and a collaboration. Even though you're not in front of your team, it will build up the trust with you and your team. And the next point which I want to touch base is the define goals for the remote focus. It can be projects, it can be a few tasks, added task, or little things. But to keep your team engaged, to keep your team well motivated, you should have these questions, you should have this knowledge sharing throughout. When you define a goal to your team, and when you, let's say, when you give a task to your team, and when you define a goal for a member, throughout throughout that task or throughout that project, you will be sharing the knowledge, you will be sharing the thoughts, and these kind of little things build the trust and the relationship. No matter you are, no matter your team is, but it will help you to engage well, and it creates and open up the door for your team to have that like relationship, that connection. And trust me, connection by connecting, you win the heart of anything that you do, anyone. And to win the heart, it's important to have these goals defined, and the trust of the team is really important, no matter where they are. And empower your team. When you empower your team, the first question, even when I ask myself was, am I part of my team when I leave the resort? Am I part of my boss when I go back to home? And for sure, like your team, for sure the team will also, any member will ask this question to his or herself. Why? Because they want themselves to be heard. They want the opportunities. They want their managers to count themselves. And that is really, I feel it's really important, because empowering your remote team, it helps them to grow, it helps them to new opportunities, new learnings. And when you give these opportunities, your team will have a great mindset, and they will not lose their focus in terms of what they are doing, what they have to do. And and also it's very, very important to, like, they would, even, let's say, they would want they would want to take themselves as an example to their below level team members as well. So that's really important, to empower your team, even though, like, they work from home, they work from the current location, they wherever you are. So try your level best to empower the team with what they do, will be the utmost important thing, which which anyone can do, as superiors, as leaders, as managers. And like, again, the next point which I want to touch base is being proactive. Check frequently and be proactive to your team. When your team is connected, they will do whatever they have to do throughout. Don't check the time where they send the email, but when you're connected to the team, when they win the heart of the team which is connected, it's easy for you to get the job done. It's easy for you to get the trust of your team. And when you are available to your team, that will help you to understand the challenge. And this is something that I always used to share to my managers and my team. Don't wait a team member or a staff or anyone to come and share your problem. If you know the problem, act right away. Be proactive to listen. Be proactive to change the mindset of someone for good. So if you take the initiative, if anyone, if a manager or superior, or someone, if anyone take this initiative, you will for sure have the ability to win the heart. Of course, the world is changing. The world is changing, and we all have to focus on the new technology and new way of lifestyle. So my key message to all listeners and all who are working from home would be: don't lose your focus. Your focus is important, and make sure you include your team. Make sure you give them the feeling that they are part of the team. And if you have to train the managers, go for it. If you have to train your team, go for it. We have a lot of resources available, like the team, and also Zoom and WhatsApp. These are all the resources that you have. If you need to provide a training, if you need to provide, like, I love what my training manager is doing at the moment. She is trying to change the mindset of our team members before they arrive to the resort. She is connected. So what I learned from my training manager is, actually, she is connected before they touch the resort. And that will for sure give them a sense of belonging. That will for sure give them the power of, like, having the new mindset, to create the new mindset for them. So recently, I mean, in the last month, the survey which was done by Microsoft team, it shows that 88% of the organizations encourage the team to work from home, regardless of they have coronavirus symptoms or not. So it shows that slowly organizations are starting to practice these new habits, new methods of working style. So I'm pretty sure Mohammed will touch base the technology part. So you know being proactive, again, you don't lose anything. You will be able to manage your team in such a way that you will not even think, because when they come to the resort, they will still feel part of the team, and you will have this message, and you will have this knowledge when you start acting now, when you start to act now. And when you be proactive, when you listen to them, you know exactly what they look for, what you have to provide to them. So my key message to all of you would be, again, stay focused and stay engaged with the team. You will not lose anything, but to keep the right talent, when you be a proactive part of the team, you will have the right talent, and the right talent with you, and you will not lose this right talent. And this is the key important message which I would like to share with you all today. So that's all which I have for you all. Even if you have any question, I'm happy to take. Hello.